Red, green, blue, and yellow. These 4 colors started a phenomenon that's still going on strong. Of course I'm referring to the first generation of Pokemon games. Released February 27th, 1996 in Japan, and in 1998 in North America, and everywhere else shortly after. These games weren't my first. No, that goes to Pokemon Diamond. But Generation 1 still impacted my life greatly, with the anime and toys that I grew up watching and playing. I didn't get around to actually beating these games until Yellow was released on the 3DS Virtual Console. Sure, I do agree that these games were very important, and what they did made the series that we love today. These games, though, are just not up to par with what we got after. The games feel very stiff in my opinion, not to mention the plethora of glitches that are even game-breaking. As well as the stigma that Pokemon designs have gotten worse, which is definitely not true. These games have some very lazy designed Pokemon, but I do have to say that all the Pokemon, even the lackluster ones, are very memorable and nostalgic. Most people can name all 151 Pokemon in a heartbeat. That's how important and nostalgic these Pokemons are to people. The gameplay of collecting 8 badges, defeating the evil team, and becoming the league champion, while making a team of 6, was all started in this game. Starting off with, may I just mention how amazing the soundtrack is in this game. Like here, give a listen to some of my favorite songs from the generation. Pokemon is well known for an amazing soundtrack, and they certainly started off with an A+ in my book. The songs in this game are just so nostalgic and memorable. Playing the game will definitely get some tunes stuck in your head. Now, I did mention some of the designs are lackluster, but most of these Pokemon are very well designed and nostalgic. Charizard, Kabutops, Lapras, Aerodactyl, Scyther, Gengar, Arcanine, Mewtwo, and so many more. Oh yeah? How so? What type are you even? When I talk about freedom, I'm not necessarily referring to the story and map. Sure, it allows freedom, but you are on a set path and you have to do things in a certain way to progress, i.e., you must take routes in an order to get the badges that are required. When I say freedom, I mean freedom in the way of team building. Letting the player make a team by choosing their favorite little pocket monsters and allowing the player to choose from 151 of them as well, making them have a playthrough that's very unique and special to just them. Some could argue that the sprites added charm to the game and a sense of nostalgia. To be honest with you, in my own opinion, Milo, chill out, bro. It's just that these sprites are horrible in my opinion. They are very grotesque, and I would not want any small child near them. In my playthrough of Yellow, I found the controls and the game in general felt stiff and slow. The reasoning could be that I'm used to playing the newer games, where the controls and gameplay are a lot more refined and smooth. Plus the fact that the system the game is played on is not the strongest. It's easy and understandable to see what's going on and why it's happening, but nevertheless, it's still a hindrance in my opinion.
Hi, my name is Melia, and I have some facts and theories for you today. Charizard is a flying and fire-type Pokemon, plus the large wings on its back, you would think it could learn the HM Fly, but you would be wrong. It could not learn Fly in red, blue, and green. Lucky for old Charizard, he was able to spread his wings and soar through the skies in the following game, Yellow. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a shadowy and evil counterpart? The theory about Gengar being Clefable's counterpart is very compelling and unbelievable. Their body shapes are very similar, and the typing of Ghost and Normal makes it so they can never touch each other, much like a shadow and its owner. Although Muna was introduced until the Generation 5, it is actually referred in the very first game. A woman standing outside the rock tunnel in Pokemon Red and Blue dreams about a chunky pink Pokemon with a flower pattern. Was Game Freak hinting at something? Or is it just a coincidence? Our kind species name is legendary Pokemon, despite the fact that it's not actually a legendary in any way. Magneton is made by 3 Magnemites, yet weighs 10 times more. The Nidoranid that appears in Professor Oak's introduction in Red and Blue has the cry of a Neurano. In some early art for Venomoth, It was shown having yellow spots on its back and the wings. This was later removed. Red and blue only used 37 completely unique sound clips for cries. The sounds are played back in different ways for each Pokemon. Runs appeared first in the game's Pokemon Index data in blue and red. This is why most Pokemon glitches evolve into him. If Kanato's landscape were made to fit that modern-day Japan, sovereign city, occupies the space where Tokyo should be.
Overall, Generation 1 of the Pokemon games are something very special to tons of people, including me somewhat. I was raised on Generation 1 before I could even get to play the games, so I have a sense of nostalgia towards the Pokemon, music, and characters. And for gameplay, I honestly do recommend playing these games. You will have many enjoyable times through your journey, but if you really want a more complete and all-around better Kanto experience, I just recommend playing the remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green. If you want a review and an overall idea of what you're getting yourself into playing these games, check out my good friend StopItDaniel. He did a review on these remakes. See everyone later, and remember, gotta catch 'em all.